Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Argon. As always, my name is Phil and today we have some more action on the table with Scum versus the Empire. Now it's just myself on commentary today, so I'll try and keep it as good as possible, but you know, I have a tendency to ramble. So let's have a quick look at the list. We have seen them on the channel already recently, but we had a couple of games a while back which we just thought was so good we wanted to get them on the table. So on the left hand side we have Benji. He is running his Scum list with Emon Azzameen in the fire spray, with proximity mines, concussion bombs, contraband cybernetics and the Andrasta title. We've got Captain Nim with Marg Sabl closure, Dorsal Turret, Seismic Charges, Thermal Detonators, Ablative Plating, Havoc and the Genius Astromech on there. We've got Captain Jostero in the Kirax with Deadman switch, Contraband Cybernetics and hull upgrade. And rounding out the list, we have Leema Kai in the Y-Wing with Dorsal Turret, R5TK and the Proton Bombs. On my side, we have three chunky ships. We've got Captain Yorr in the Defender. This is the Battle Over Endor 6-point Defender that I absolutely love. We've got No Escape, Predator, Ion Cannons and the Computer Assisted Handling. We've also got Colonel Jendon. He's swapped his Lambda for a Defender and apparently he's pretty good at it at I6. He's got No Escape, Push the Limit, Proton Cannons and also the Computer Assisted Handling. Rounding up the list because we thought it would be fun, we've got Gar Saxon in the Gauntlet. He's got Marksmanship, Captain Hark in tow, Veteran Tail Gunner, Proton Bombs, Contraband Cybernetics, Delayed Fuses, and the Swivel Wing config card on there. So two quite different lists. We've got a lot of firepower on my list and just a lot of maneuverability in those defenders versus a very bomb and device orientated list from Benji. That move from Emon Azzameen at the top to K-turn, I have come a cropper against that before, so did not want your having to face the inevitable proximity mine being chucked at speed 3 at me, as I've had happen to me when I was running T70s against almost the exact same list that Ben is running here. It has been tweaked slightly. He's changed out those concussion bombs on Nim because he found that it didn't actually work with the Genius title, because once you've dropped one you have to keep dropping it, so he had a bit of a tweak on that list. But I do absolutely love Ben's list. Just to see a Skirk on the table is cool. We don't see enough of them. Hopefully now that AMG are not running the show, we might see more of those extended ships, so Skirks, Kiraxes, K-Wings. If you're out there listening, X-Wing Alliance, K-Wings need a bit of love, Phantoms need a bit of love, Generics. Actually, I think Generics need a little bit of love as well. I love having named pilots, but I kind of miss running Generics. I'm actually really curious as well, guys. Obviously, 2.5 was quite divisive. I did enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I thought that the change was quite nice in a lot of aspects, but I'm curious as to your thoughts. Now AMG are not running the show, what kind of things would you like to see the X-Wing Alliance or whoever takes over and provides us with those points listings, what would you like to see? Which ships do you think need love? Let us know in the comments, and if you do know anyone who's part of the X-Wing Alliance and want to sort of send them our way to have a look at what we've got in the comments, that'd be great, because now it's going to be community run. We actually get more of a say, and I'm very confident with the guys that have been elected to the X-Wing Alliance, like Triumvirate, that they're going to do something really cool with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, and as soon as they announce what they're doing, we're going to get straight on that. We're going to deep dive into those points and have a look and see what we can do with some cool lists on there. We're still playing around with what AMG have left us with, so it'll be nice to see how that changes. But looks like we've got Yorr deciding that he does not want to have any fun with Emon Azzameen up the top there, so coming in to tighten the ranks of the Empire, and it looks like that fire spray is doing a similar tactic there. Leema Kai coming in quite aggressively. Y-Wing versus Gauntlet is always going to be an interesting one. Gauntlet surprisingly has more evades than the Y-Wing for a large base ship. A huge amount of hull on there as well. 9 hull and 2 shields on the Gauntlet. It's such a cool ship to have on the board. We don't see it very often because there's a lot of points, and it can be quite good. So we are still looking to do our Gauntlet breakdown video, because obviously it's available for 5 factions with multiple different pilots. So we are looking to do that at some point when we get a bit of a chance. But there is Jendon coming around the side of the Y-Wing. I don't think Leema's liking the look of that, to be honest. That's not an ideal position, but it's a great position for Jendon. He loves it. Range 1 of a Y-Wing with no chance to be shot back. Leema's not going to enjoy that though. Let's be fair. That's going to be quite painful. Double modded shot coming in, so let's see how it goes. And with dice like that, you don't need mods. So 3 hits and a crit, but solitary evade, so not quite the best result Leema could have hoped for. Still taking that crit, which is in fact a wounded pilot. Had to sort of, I'd probably look into the screen there, couldn't see it. You know what? Let's put my glasses on if we're going to do this, and I can actually see what we're watching. Obstructed shot from Leema into the pool. These are some hot red dice. No focus available, so going to take a shield, but not bad. But it looks like a lot of shots are going to be coming into Gar Saxon from Ben's side. Don't blame them. Gar Saxon said he's a huge chunk of points. This is one of those uncommon 3-ship builds with Saxon and Jendon taking up 14 points of the 20 available. So I was definitely running this not to be a super competitive list, more as I think it's going to look cool on the board list. And in all honesty, 2 defenders in the Gauntlet, that does look pretty cool to me. And that's another big shot in there. That's 2 hits and a crit onto Leema. And the second crit is a damaged engine, making the already not overly maneuverable Leema slightly worse. But I can imagine we're probably going to see some form of bomb drop and maybe a 1 or 2 forward from Leema, just to see if she can get a final shot in on Gar Saxon before the end of the round. Well, before she goes down, basically. Dice got a bit colder, but still getting a crit through onto Saxon, which is another wounded pilot. And going to turn 3, 1 point on the board for the objectives for myself there. My list not really designed to grab objectives, however, these defenders could be surprisingly good for this type of mission with Scramble the Transmissions, purely based on the fact that they've got their computer assisted handling, they get their free target lock, so they do have some actions they can do outside of the normal sort of action step. So they could get that lock, potentially boost or barrel roll at least once in the game, and then capture an objective. Obviously salvage is not one they really want to be trying to do, and assault the satellite array where there's 5 objectives, having 3 ships does put you at a disadvantage. But that Gauntlet in theory could capture 2 points with the size of its base. That's actually quite a fast move there. hoping for Leema to end up behind and possibly bumping Jostero. And at this point, unless... So no bump from Jostero there, although he is now doing a magic trick behind the gauntlet of you can't see me, but I can see you. You're deciding to go for Captain Nim. Obviously, I know I'm looking back at what I've done, but I do think that in this list, Nim is very scary. Having Nim's ability to stop a device from going off, Ablative Plating to stop Nim from feeling the effects of a friendly device, and Genius allowing him to drop that after he moves. The combination of all of those things makes Nim very, very good. A lot of utility in there, especially when you pair that up with Captain Jostero, getting a damage through onto something while they're not evading, and Jostero just going, oh, thank you very much, I will take a shot there as well. So powerful. Can't be understated how much that combination really works, and we saw Ben use that to good effect in the most recent season of Flight Academy. So for me, Nim is number one to take down. Jostero works with Emon and Leema because they also have devices that they can drop, but Nim is number one. Them probably trying to take down that fire spray, because the fire spray in my eyes is probably the best medium ship in the game. It's got a great dial, it's got a ton of health, it's got 3 nice shots out the front and out the back, and you can put so much on there. I mean, we've got 2 devices and Contraband Cybernetics on this version, which when he's dropping those at a speed 3 template is insane. And only 7 points is pretty good for the points as well. And there is a Seismic Charge dropped from Nim. Pretty sure we know which one he's going to blow up. That's going to be absolutely brilliant. Trigger Jostero's bonus shot. Ooh, gotta be careful. That will most likely hit Leema Kai as well, though, so the wounded pilot getting the stress there after taking an action. Can Jendon get out of range of that Proton? Gonna have to barrel, maybe, is that the computer assisted handling barrel roll? Or just leave it there and go full on Proton Cannons? It's looking really close. So that's just a regular barrel roll, so not computer assisted handling, accepting that might take a bomb there. Would only be a shield off, so not too bad. Yes, does catch Jendon, so 1 shield down. So Leema's going to take 1. Jostero will take 1. Yorr will take 1. And Saxon will all take a damage. And a charge on Ablative Plating has been spent so that Nim does not take any damage there. But that does mean that there will be the bonus shot from Jostero at range 1 into the gauntlet, and that is big. That's 2 hits and a crit going through there, spending the focus. While you got it, spend it. Stunned pilot on Saxon. I mean, if he is around by the end of this round, I'll be very impressed. He's got 3 health left. But I anticipate we're going to see, just for the fun, Proton Cannons from Yorr. And that's Leema down. No Deadman switch to worry about there. For an I5 though, only being 3 points. I know she doesn't have a huge amount of loadout, but a 3-point Initiative 5 ship is actually really good. I don't know the full maths of the initiative spreads across every faction and every ship, but I could imagine it's going to be probably in the high, like 65-70% that Leema would out initiative in most matchups. A little bit more damage into Saxon. That, I believe, was from a long-range rear shot with the Dorsal Turret from Nim. Very nice range 1 shot coming here from Yorr into Nim with Predator and the target lock. Ooh, no focus though, that is not good, so just spend the target lock. Oh, that's a bit better. It's always nice when the target lock actually pays off. And the ion cannon being used. No rerolls there for that at all. And that's another shield down. Blank landed on the table, but then happy to accept that. Now, can Emon take out Gar Saxon? I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. Ooh. Saxon survives this time, but it's the range 1 from Jostero. Oh, sorry, Saxon first. Initiative. Obviously, I've got Road, but no shot there. It's an interesting one. I could have used Jendon to shoot at Jostero and then leave Leema for Saxon, but I think Saxon could potentially have been gone before then. It would have left Leema to have a shot, so kind of makes sense to do it that way. I don't like that. Guaranteed crit going through. I need some good dice. Oh, so close. So 2 crits going through. That is Saxon down. Huge amount of points for Ben there. A whole breach and a stunned pilot to finish things off. That is a big point swing there. Both taking a ship off the board. Unfortunately, mine was 7 points, so that's a lot that I've got to come back from there. But whilst we're waiting for the next round to start off, guys, just want to remind you, if you do like what we're doing here at Out of Arc Gaming, you can support us on Patreon. We have a link in the description below. We're regularly putting updates on there about what we've got coming up each month. We're going to be looking at some of the new content that we're going to be trying to add into the X-Wing scene as well. Looking at a bit of AOS, a bit of 40k, just to mix things up a little bit and provide some other content. But again, don't worry, X-Wing is not going anywhere. We are still bringing the action. We've got our Battle Over Endor report coming next week. We're already planning the next season of Flight Academy. We've got a Swarm style matchup that we are currently planning, and also a quite fun single elimination tournament that we're going to run in store soon, and we'll obviously be letting our patrons know a little bit more about those once they are almost ready and looking to be recorded. So link for that is in the description below. You're looking to play a bit cagey there to hopefully catch Nim with a flyby. Doesn't look to have worked this time. Oh, nice there from Nim. Again, most likely going to see those thermal detonators dropped there. See if we can take off some cheeky damage on to Yorr. And yep, there's the charges flipped. I mean, damage onto Yorr would be great for Ben right now. Obviously, that shuts down the ability to basically spend a shield to get a range 1 bonus. Obviously, there's a lot of health to chew through on a defender, and they are notoriously difficult to take out. The other option, obviously, with the thermal detonator is that might put a strain on Yorr, which could actually help with the shooting. So I don't know, maybe 1 damage, 1 strain might be quite an ideal outcome for Nim there. But we'll have to wait and see. Got to see right now where Jendon wants to put himself. He's got to be careful because he's putting himself a little bit into the net there. Couldn't reach Nim with the target lock. Doesn't have a shot, so going for the capture there instead, which kind of, you know what, when you've got less ships on the board, having those points that are just ticking in is pretty fast. Did you roll blanks for Nim with a thermal detonator? And then I rolled the perfect outcome, 1 damage, 1 strain. This could be quite dangerous for Yorr because I think... is Leema going to go for... I think I just rolled too many evades there. Oh, that was Jostero. Sorry, yeah, sorry. Leema's down. That was Jostero. So I rolled too many evades there. So apologies, Ben. Now we're noticing the strain. There we go. So I think we just re-rolled that there. So all's well. That ends well. No shots from my ship, so it's all going to be free shots for Ben right now here. I think I've just got Jendon out of Jostero's arc there, so that's actually quite beneficial. So I think if it was me, I'd pump everything into Yorr whilst you've got the opportunity. But defender just doing defendery things right now. Not a bad shot, but there we go. That is 2 shields. So that is all shields down on Yorr now. So no more shield dropping shenanigans for the defender. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Battle over Endor, what I'm talking about there, with the defender you get the ship ability Chiss Engineering. After you fully execute speed through the fight maneuver, you may perform a target lock action, which is brilliant. Makes it more of an aggressor rather than a defender. while attacking, if you're not stressed, you may spend 1 shield to apply the range 1 bonus. And that is absolutely brilliant. Ben, now having secured 2 objectives, is not going to hurt his position at all there. And you're playing very dangerous cat and mouse there with Nim. Nim is not a ship you want to end up behind because of his ability to drop those bombs there. In fact, the only ship on the table that I don't mind being behind of and following is Jostero. It's the only one that doesn't drop any devices. But with Jostero, you want to be a little bit further away when you take him out because he's got his Deadman switch, which we've seen used to such good effect in Flight Academy and across so many of the games we've had on the channel. Deadman switch has just been a great upgrade to have, and I think it's definitely in my top 3 elicits to have. Contraband Cybernetics is obviously fantastic. Deadman switch is just so dangerous, and I know it's gone off in points, but false transponder codes is so handy as well. And there we go, there's some more thermal detonators. This could be quite dangerous for Yorr. If he manages to survive this, though, he's got a nice shot into Nim, and all those thermals have gone now. So that threat will be taken off the board of those devices. Obviously, you've got a Seismic Charge, but that's only going to come into play if Nim gets close to an obstacle, which at the moment not the easiest thing for him to do, whilst also remaining a threat, really. And you're deciding that he definitely needs to be, so Jendon, sorry, definitely having to put the pressure onto Nim there where possible. Let's see what happens to Nim. So Nim is going to take a damage and a strain this time. Or just the strain, sorry, he had 1 charge left on Ablative Plating. And another damage and strain on to Yorr. This is kind of scary now. He's got no tokens. And yeah. Fortunately, Jostero out of range there to do the bonus shot, but it's going to be Nim, Jendon to have a go into Nim first, see if you can weaken him right down. A really good roll here could be great. Spending a shield for that range 1. Oh, 3 hits and a crit. With that strain, there is no evader. They are all going through. And the crit is going to be a blinded pilot. I would have much preferred a hull breach or even a fuel leak there, because get a crit through and it's guaranteed. Let's see if Yorr can survive this. 2 hits. Yorr does survive with 1. We could see. Can Yorr finish off Nim? Range 2. Got no escape. That's no escape is about all we have here for Captain Yorr. So while you forward primary attack, if there are more friendly ships and other enemy ships arranged range 1 as a defender, you may reroll one of your blanks. I think we just went with the timer lock. That's all 3. That is Nim down. That took a lot of effort there, and that is a huge weight off, because I know the thermal detonators are gone, but still, to be able to drop a seismic charge, we do have the long bomb shot here from Emon Azzameen, and Yorr is on 1. So if Yorr can survive here, he's basically just got to hide out for a bit. 2, 4 green dice. The wrong type of paint on those dice. That is Yorr down. I had the lead for such a small amount of time. It's now all up to Jendon, and he's got to put some work in. He has got to somehow overturn quite a large deficit and survive the shot, which he does. But he has got to stop Ben from scoring 3 points and score 5 at the same time. Jostero is going to be the target. We have one objective down in that bottom corner. Jostero is 4 points. If I can get rid of one of those objectives, take it over myself, oh, there's a bump from Jostero. That could help. He does take a damage. There we go. It makes it a little bit easier for me there. But Defender versus 2 ships isn't too bad. Defenders can be quite tough to take down. But when one of those 2 ships is a fire spray, you've got to be really careful. Especially with, again, proximity mines and concussion bombs that can be dropped using the 3 straight or 3 hard template. It gives so many options for Ben. He can basically just go, here you go, have a prox mine, you're taking potentially 3 damage. Right, there we go. I've said this before on the channel, sometimes when I'm watching my own games back, it's really difficult to either try and remember what I did, or if we're commentating it, try and sort of forget what I did so I'm not preempting too much. But then looking at the moves I do, and then looking back and going, why did I do that? That was silly. Obviously, as we all know, when you're playing the game in the moment, you're just so focused on what's in front of you that it's easy, at least for us casuals. I mean, I know I've got a channel doing everything, but I'm definitely more of a casual player. I don't go to the big tournaments. I like to have fun. Not that the tournaments aren't. The tournaments look great. All the times I watch tournaments, they look absolutely brilliant. Just don't really get much chance to get there, unfortunately. That was really poor. But it's so difficult to remain focused for the entire game and do the perfect option every single time. It's so easy just to think, oh, big ship, take out the big ship, and then think, oh no, actually, if I took out the little ship, it would have been better for me. There didn't really pan out. No damage taken either side, which is good. Taking one of those objectives away, but it's still tricky. I still need 4 points. And unless Ben doesn't take one of the objectives and I take that middle objective, ooh, the prox mine comes that way. I should be able to avoid that. Has Ben avoided his own proxy mine is the big question, though. Now, if he captures that, if he takes that objective, does he play the objective, or does he? If If it was me doing that, I would have taken the objective to guarantee the win, but again, maybe not fully aware of exactly where the points are at this point. We're trying to, I think we had the points counters on the table to try and keep an idea of where we were, but again, not always easy. Oh, so it looks like I elected against the K-turn, which has now put me in a rather awkward position. So I've got a great range one shot there into Emon Azzameen, but almost guaranteed that I'm going to be taking a proxy mine next turn. And even if I barrel roll either way, oh, here we go, here's the barrel roll. I think even if I barrel roll either way, I'm getting a proxy mine dropped on me, so I need to hope that I don't take a lot of damage. If I come out of this turn having taken no damage, then I'm still in with a shot. In fact, I'm in with a very good shot, but let's see. Two hits and a crit, not bad. Two shields down. Looks like Jostero doesn't have a shot, but Emon will... Oh, that's a really good roll. That is unfortunate. A prox mine drop now, which will guarantee landing on me, comes down to those two dice. Single hit or crit on those dice, and that is game over. But it's 19-18 at the moment. It's such a close game. Just like the last time I came up against this type of list with Ben, it is so very close. But yeah, that prox mine is going to land on me. So 1 damage straight away. And that is it. Prox mine for the win. So very good there for Ben. Absolutely brutal. Could have gone either way there right at the end. So close. Just like, again, like the last time I faced up against this list with Ben and my resistance, it was so close the whole way through, and then Ben just stole it at the last. But you know what? Absolutely fantastic game. Ben is a great opponent. Always love flying against him. He's always brings some really fun scum lists to the board. And also some good Republic lists as well. We don't see enough of his Republic, but that was a fantastic game there with Ben. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well deserved on his part. But it just goes to show defenders, they can really stick it out until you drop a mine on their head. But guys, that is going to be it for this week. As I said, we have our Battle over Endor coming up next week, so stick around for that. In the meantime, don't forget, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.